Hey, what's up, guys? Adam Araby here at Fight Fan Culture to deliver you guys another week of Fight Night picks. All right, guys, to kick off an incredible main card of UFC 302, we have Randy Rude Boy Brown taking on Elizeu Zaleski dos Santos. This is going to be a really fun striking matchup, especially considering that Elizeu has a very dynamic kick game with his capoeira background. But Randy has really come into his own in his last few fights, having that little bit more of like a long rangier striking style. Now, I think this is going to be a pretty close fight. It's going to be a back and forth striking battle, but I believe Randy's going to be able to pull off the split decision victory. And I think this is just going to be a really, really technical fight that's just going to come down to the inches and who can implement their game plan better. Now, moving on to our next fight in the welterweight division, we have Nico the Hybrid Price taking on Alex Morono. Alex Morono, in my personal opinion, is the definition of a UFC vet. He's fought the who's who of the division. He's fought high-level competition. He's had some ups and some downs, but overall, some really, really great strengths and a really well-rounded MMA game. And Nico Price has been on a bit of a downslide, man. Like his last performance, I believe, was a knockout loss to Robbie Lawler. And he just hasn't looked the same. You know, when he first got into the UFC, he had some very fun, flashy, exciting knockouts. Don't get me wrong, super athletic guy and able to knock you out from anywhere. But Alex Morono has a good, well-rounded game. And like I said, is just that definition of a UFC grizzled vet. So I'm going to take Alex Morono on this one. I think he's just going to grind him out by decision and able to just take the fight where he wants and just always be a step ahead just with superior technique. So I'm going to take the Great White on this one. Next up, we have at middleweight, Kevin Holland taking on Michał Oleksiejczuk. This is an interesting fight, especially considering that his last few outings have been at welterweight for Kevin Holland. But Michel's a fun prospect who has some decent power at middleweight, who has also fought at light heavyweight, so he is coming in with the size advantage. But I do think his style of having a forward heavy pressure kind of plays into Kevin Holland's favor. So if he can kind of set up his counter strikes and get his long, rangy, and kind of unorthodox striking style able to go, I have Kevin Holland by this one, man. I think this is a fight that is meant to get him back into the win column. And so I'm going to take Kevin Holland probably by second round KO. Now we have an absolute banger of a co-main event for UFC 302. We have Sean Strickland taking on Paulo Costa. This is going to be one exciting fight and honestly my fight of the night because I don't think we're going to see a takedown out of either guy. Paulo comes to looking to land those very explosive, strong, heavy-handed strikes. While also throwing in some kicks to the body to really set up his hands. Paulo is going to want to move forward and apply pressure to land those heavy-handed strikes and get the knockout. But that only really plays into Sean Strickland's favor, especially with him having that Philly shell style and able to bob and weave and get around those strikes. He's just going to be able to do the classic dog walk where he's going to keep him at the end of those long strikes and set him up on those counters as Paulo gets frustrated more and more. And as we know, Paulo's a big guy who doesn't have cardio made for 5-round fights. So I take Sean Strickland by decision on this one. I think he's just going to keep him at the end of his strikes and make Paulo pay for his big mistakes. Now we have an absolute incredible main event for UFC 302, which came together in a very dramatic series of events. Dustin has some really great strengths to win this fight, being one of the better boxers in the UFC and a BJJ black belt. But, and a big, big but, Islam has just shown some incredible fight IQ and shown that he's just a differently built fighter. There is a reason he's on the top of the pound for pound list, and that he did make incredible adjustments in the second fight versus Volkanovski. Their first fight, you could argue, was very, very close, and that arguably Volk could have won it, to then knocking him out clear cold with a head kick. So obviously, Islam has shown a great, great fight IQ and ability to improve. And as well, he has Khabib in his corner, you know, a guy who's beat Dustin before, you know, and beat Dustin handedly. And so there's a lot on the line for Dustin and a lot for him to overcome and just, you know, more strength to add to Islam. So as much as I'm rooting for the diamond on this one, and as much as I'd love to see him get his win and get that storybook ending to his career, I got to take this Dagestani dynasty and one of the guys who's headed up in both Islam, who's going to be backed by Khabib in this fight. So Let us know what you guys think in the comments down below. And who do you got, the Diamond or Islam?